Hello, welcome to this channel Gain Java Knowledge, and today in this video we are going to learn uses for optional in Java. So first we will discuss what is optional and why we need optional. So we can say optional is a wrapper class with a very simple functionality, and the main purpose of this class is to provide a type level solution for representing optional values instead of null reference. So in this video we will discuss the main methods of optional class like or else get, is present, get methods. So okay, let's start to write the code. So as we know, there are three ways to create the optional by using optional.empty method and optional.of some string method. And when we can use this method, if we know the object does not contain null value, then we can go for optional.of method. If we have doubt it may be or may not be null, then we can use optional.of nullable method to create optional object. And if we want to just create empty object, then we can go for optional.empty method. So here first I will write some method without using optional. After that we will use optional. So here I will create one method. So here I will write one method, and this method will return employee object, public static employee get employee, and here I will just return employee object. So inside this employee object we can pass these four parameters: first name, last name, age, salary. Because here I have used all our constructor, so we can pass all parameter, or without any parameter we can also create constructor object, employee class object. So here I will just pass first object, first parameter, last parameter, third parameter, age, and fourth is salary. So here I have passed four parameters. Now I will call this method from our main method and will get the employee object. So here I will just call optional dot test dot get employee, and it will return the object. And here I will just assign local variable, introduce local variable. So I will get employee object. After that what will do, I will just print the statement system.out.println. So here what I will do, just copy this employee object and print it here. So now I will run this application and we will see I will get the employee object here. So here we can see on the console the statement was printed: employee first name, last name, age, and salary. So let me change this value, and now I will just return null value. We are not getting any object from DB, we are just getting, assume we are getting null. So what will be happen in this case? In this case we will just get the null. So here we are getting null object. So on null object, if I will call any function like get first name, so what will happen? I will get null pointer exception. So here we can see we are getting null pointer exception. So what we can do to avoid this type of null pointer exception? We need to add null check. So what I will do here, so first I will check object is null or not. If it is not null, only that I will call any function on object. So here I will just use object utils dot is empty. If it is not empty, then only I will call get first name. So this function will check if it is not empty or not null, then only we will execute get first name method. So here we can see it will not throw any null pointer exception. So this is the part of code without using optional object. Okay, let me create one more function, and this time this function will return optional employee object. Like if we are calling JP repository, we can get optional object from DB also. So here let me change the method name get employee opt, and here we will get optional object of employee, and here I will just change returnal, I will just comment it, and here I will just call optional dot off. From here I am just returning optional object. So let me change the name here, Sumit age 22, and changing value here also. So now I want to get this opt object, then what I will do here, I will just call optional test dot get employee opt. Now this method will return optional object of employee. So here I will just introduce one local variable, and here we are getting employee opt object. So let me print this object employee opt. So here I will just get employee opt, and but before getting first name we just need to call one more function, that is get function of optional. So let me run this application and we'll check the output on console. We will get this optional object and we'll get the first name from here. So here we are getting employee opt first name, that is Sumit. So now in case if we are getting null, if we are getting null here, like optional dot empty, we are getting empty object from DB, there is no object of employee, then what will happen in this case, we will get some exception. So let me call this function again and running same application again. So here we can see now we are getting no value present, so we are getting no such element exception in case of we are getting empty object from our DB. So on empty object, if we are calling get function and get first name, in that case we will get no such element exception. How to avoid this type of exception? We need to check if employee opt is present, then only call this function. So we can use this employee opt is present method of optional class. So in that case we will not get any exception. So now we are not getting any exception. So what is the benefit of using is present or not null? So both are having same lines of code, then why we are going to use optional class? So if we don't want to use optional class is present method to check if object is empty or not, then what we can do, we can just call optional dot of null label, optional dot of null label method. So this method will handle. So what we'll do, we'll just call, so here I will call or else method. So in that case, if this object is empty, we will get this object. So here I will call default employee. So this method will return default employee object. So I will just create one method, and here I will create one object, return optional dot of new employee. So in that case we do not need to use is present method. If we are getting empty object, so in that case it will get this method, this value. So here I will just print one statement, system.out.println, calling default employee. method. So let me run this application again, and here we can see if we are getting empty object, in that case or else method will execute and we will get default employee object, and inside default employee we have first name is null, so we will get first name value will be null. So here we can see, so here we are getting exception, so I think we need to call this function here, not here. So this is wrong place, so we just need to cut from here and just need to paste it here, and if we need to remove this from, and let me create again. So this is a method that we need to return value of employee object from here, return new employee, and here I will just print one statement, calling default employee method. So let me run this application again and we'll check the output again. So in that case we can see we are not using is present method to check if object is empty or not, and here we can see the output. We are getting employee and first name is null, last name null, age null, salary null. So we are getting default object of employee and we are getting everything is default value for all parameters of employee. But here we can see if employee object is empty, in that case it is calling or else method. But in case we have not empty employee object, we are getting some value. So in that case we will get this response, but we will see it will always execute default employee method if we are getting employee object or not. In every case it will call this method. So let me run this application again. So here we can see the output. Now we are getting employee first name Sumit, last name AD, age 22. So we are returning this object from here, get employee opt. But if you are getting this object after that, then also it's calling the same method, default employee method, it's executing. If you are getting object, so in that case it should not call this method. So what we can do, instead of or else we can use or else get method. So in that case if you are getting value from this method, then it should not call default employee method. So let me execute this application again and we'll check. In case of or else get, it will not call default employee method if we are getting object from this method. So here we can see only employee opt object was printed and this statement was not printed on console in case of or else get method. So in that case we just need to pass supplier function and we can get the name from here, get first name. So run this application again. In that case we will get first name is Sumit. But there are some scenario we will get the employee object, but when we trying to get first name we can get the null. There may be chance we can get the null value. So let me add here null. So in that case what we will get? We will get the null as a name. So here now we can see we are getting opt employee opt first name is null. So what we can do in that case, so here we can use map and or else function to get the name. So what I will do, I will just copy this get employee opt object here, and here I will just call map function and employee, and here I will get employee dot get first name. So in that case if you are getting first name is null, so in that case I will return some default value, or else Sanjay. So in that case we will get Sanjay. If we are getting first name is null from employee, in that case we will returning default value. So here I will just introduce one local variable string name, and here I will just print this statement. So let me copy this variable name and we'll just print it here. So let me run this application. Now in that case, if our object employee object is returning name as a null, in that case we will get the default value is Sanjay. So here we can see employee of map is Sanjay. So like this we can return default value by using map or else function. So like this there are some more functions of optional class that we can use to throw exceptions. So here we can use some validator like we are calling optional test dot get employee opt, and here we can use map method to get the age of employee. So here I will just call employee lambda expression sign employee dot get age. Now I will use filter method to validate the data. So here I will use employee age. So here I will check, just validate the age. So if age is greater than 17, then it is valid. If age is greater than 70, then it is valid. Otherwise we will throw exception or else throw. So here I will just throw exception new runtime exception, or any exception that we can throw. Invalid age, it should equal or above 18. So in that case we will get except we are throwing the exception if employee age is less than 17, not equal to 18 or greater than 18. So here I will just get age. So let me print this statement. So let me rename employee age. So now I will run this application and we'll check the output. So in that case we will get exception because our employee age is 5. So here we can see our employee age is 22, so we are not getting any error or exception. So if I will change this value and here age will be 16, so in that case we will get exception because here we are checking if age is greater than 17, then only it will return the value, otherwise it will throw exception. So now we will see it's throwing the exception. Invalid age, it should be equal or above 18. So like this we can use optional class all methods, and it is also used to reduce the lines of code. So we should always go with optional class of Java 8. Okay, thanks for watching this video.